I got a fresh pack of matcha over the weekend, which to me is like such a good feeling. I love opening up a new pack and just smelling it. This is from Ipoto. This is the brand that I always typically get from. They're the OGs and very consistent. It smells amazing. And I went for the Sayaka. I kind of change up which specific kind of matcha that I get, but I got Sayaka and I wanted to get a bigger bag. This one's 100 grams, so it's gonna last me a little longer. Since I consume matcha like every day, it goes pretty fast. Vitamin green. Cheers! Happy Monday! It's literally perfect. So good. I am very excited for today because I have my first acupuncture appointment specifically for my jaw issues, TMJD, anxiety, nervous system, all that kind of stuff. And I've done acupuncture maybe once or twice in the past, but I never had a specific goal in mind. I went to some of those like community acupuncture things where you just kind of pop in. It's really affordable and you're kind of in a room with other people. I don't remember sharing anything specific that I was working through. It was just kind of like, cool, just do what you do generally. And that was several years ago. So this is the first time that I have an appointment, I have a consultation. I'm gonna tell them all the things that I kind of struggle with. Yeah, I'm just very hopeful because my jaw pain has gotten more intense again. It kind of like comes in waves where like there will be weeks or even like a month or two where I don't think about it too much when I wake up. It's just like a general slight ache and pain that I kind of deal with every day. In the past like 2 months, it's been really evident to me when I wake up. That's the first thing on my mind is like, my jaw really hurts. Like I must have just been like clenching like crazy last night. It's just something that is getting in the way of me feeling rested at night. We have blackout curtains, which have been super, super helpful for deep sleep and not getting woken up in the middle of the night. And then we also switched over to a Nest thermostat. It's taken us a little bit of time to kind of figure it out, and I didn't really like Nest at first, but now that we're on a schedule, it's seeming to be fine and working well. But essentially at nighttime it'll drop down to like 70 degrees in the house, which I read that sleeping in a temperature between like 68 and 70 is like ideal for you to get in the deepest, most restful sleep. And so I've been really working on that, so it's really nice. It'll drop down when I'm already kind of falling asleep, and then when I start to wake up, it'll start to go back up to like 72, 73. And so that way it's not too cold in the house. Those are some shifts I've been making, but I'm excited for the acupuncture today. And I was talking to my therapist about, I have anxiety, and this is something that I've dealt with for like most of my teenage to adult life. It's just interesting how everything really is connected in the body. So from like my nervous system being really overactive sometimes, I don't know what comes first, the chicken or the egg. I have anxiety, I have gut issues. Is the gut issue what happened first? Is it the food allergies? Is that why I'm grinding my teeth because of my gut? Am I grinding my teeth because I just have anxiety? Like, where's the anxiety come from? Ugh. I feel like I'm just like dumping it all on you this morning, but that's kind of what goes on in my brain, and it's just frustrating because it's like I want to wake up feeling good, and I don't want this to get in the way of me living my fullest, happiest life. I am exhausting my options to figure out how to better manage this, and acupuncture has been something that I've been told many times to try, so I'm finally doing it. I don't think my insurance covers it, but I'm gonna try to submit it anyways. We're just gonna do it and hope for the best. So I will let you know how it goes. I leave in about an hour. I'm going to head into town, meet up with my friend for lunch, co-work, get stuff done, and it's gonna be a great day. I can just feel it. Cheers to that. Cheers to good, positive energy today. This matcha is so good. Oh, I also wanted to say, I've really been enjoying threading. Curious to know if you guys are on there. A couple vlogs ago, I talked about the short form versus long form content and where my head and my heart is at. And then Threads came out, and to me, that is feeling really fun right now. I'm not thinking too deeply into it. I'm just kind of, like I said, following what feels fun, and just the idea of being able to express myself, share random streams of consciousness without having a photo or video attached if I don't want. It feels really darn good. It feels so much more community oriented, and I feel like I've been able to actually talk more to people versus on Instagram. It's kind of exhausting looking through DMs, and then it's just like a one-on-one conversation, or even if I like share on stories with like a little question box, nobody can read other people's responses. So I feel like Threads is the perfect bridge to actually communicating with each other and connecting, and I'm having so much fun responding on other people's threads and sharing and talking. I don't know, it feels really fun, maybe because it's new and it has like that bright, sparkly, positive energy, and I hope it continues to feel that way, but we shall see. And it makes not posting on Instagram like so much more, I mean, it's already pretty easy for me to just be like, I don't want to post, but like now that Threads is out, I really don't feel guilty or anything at all. Yeah, it's really great. So I'm just curious if y'all are on there, what you think, and what do you hope Threads will continue to be like or evolve into? What do you hope the landscape of social media looks like in the next year or two? I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. All right, I'm going to get into work, answer some Slack messages. I've got some things to review. I've got some things to write and some editing to do. Okay. Just got out of acupuncture and I'm very hopeful, to say the least. I feel very calm right now. I mean, I did just like lay in a room with peaceful music for like 30 minutes with needles in me. I think it was a little bit scary at first, not knowing what to expect because it's been a couple years, and once you kind of get past the thought that there's like needles in your head and your ears and your ankles and things like that, then you start to relax. And she was just explaining how our nerves and our muscles just like are all connected and they're running, you know, through. So for me, because I'm clenching my jaw, we did some points that were like along here because I have some tenderness in my skull. And I know in like my rational mind, I'm thinking like, oh my God, she's putting a needle in my head. Please don't poke my brain. But like, obviously that can't happen. These are really tiny needles and it doesn't hurt. So she did a muscle test on me where I like lifted my arms up and had to like try to resist, and when she pushed my arm down, it like went down quite a bit, and she was like, oh, this muscle back here isn't working properly. So she put a needle in the fleshy part of my arm here, and then she used the handheld device and it made my muscle contract. Like, it was really weird. It felt kind of uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt. So now my arm feels like a little sore, and we retested the muscle and it seemed to be like stronger. So I'm gonna be lifting some weights and doing some exercises every day to just keep up with that. Basically, I'm gonna be doing acupuncture twice a week for 3 weeks, and then we're gonna see how that's going. And if I need to add a third per week, then I'll do that, or if I can just do one a week, that'd be great. And then we'll eventually hopefully get to space out the appointments, and I'm just really hopeful that I see improvement. Very hopeful. I am off to meet my friend Rachel. We're gonna co-work, get lunch, breakfast, brunch, I guess. Anyways, I have some meetings later today, so I have to get back in time for that, but I'm gonna head out. Oh, with you too.
Kids. It's a kid's one. It has higher SPF.
Cute. Mine's 50.
Oh my gosh, look at you. Mine's 50 too.
Alright.
It smells like banana though.
Cheers. Cheers. Time of day.
Neck. I go up from the neck, you know. It's like a little, it's supposed to help with the neck lines, you know.
I have so many lines on my neck that I'm like,
it's because we look down at our screen so much, that's why.
I'm back home. I had a lovely time with Rachel. Love hanging out with her. She's got such great energy. I am prepping for a strategy call with my manager. Once a quarter, we meet up and chat. It's a video call, and we kind of go through an overview of the past quarter and look at goals for the next quarter. We talk about projects I'm currently working on, what's feeling exciting, what's not feeling good, and just touching base about all those things. So I'm gonna be talking to her more about kind of the things I talked about in the last vlog or two, where I shared how I'm really just not feeling the short form content. I really want to focus more on the long form. So we're going to talk about that more in depth. We'll talk about the long form content, the podcast is coming out, and just where my business goals are and how that can align with manager and the partnership side of things. I also got my little Easy Bake Oven in the mail. It's not an actual Easy Bake Oven, but it's from the brand Our Place. I ordered it because it's their new air fryer, but it's also a toaster, and it kind of reminds me of the Bermuda toaster. It's like this really beautiful aesthetic Japanese toaster where you pour the little water into and it has like the perfect crispiness. Anyways, this is their version of that, but it does air frying as well, and it looks so cute. I really wish I had time to open it before this meeting, but I'm gonna just wait. So hopefully this meeting will be wrapped up at a good time and I can unbox it. And then I have therapy at 4. So I've got a lot of things going on today, but I'm excited to make dinner tonight. I'm gonna make salmon and maybe potatoes or something. Looking forward to it. So, okay, hopping back into work. I've got 30 minutes. I gotta write down some thoughts. I also need to finish up a blog post that I'm working on, and I've got to finish my newsletter. I got to make a thumbnail for my YouTube video. I got to finish a mood board for homebodies. Quite a bit of things left today, and it's 1:30. Let's see how far I get. I'm also looking forward to reading my book after work. So it's a good day. It's a good day. A lot of fun things. I just wrapped up my therapy session, and I wanted to show you what I do because I take notes in the middle of our sessions. We oftentimes, like today we did a dropping anchor meditation, which was new for me. So she kind of plays a meditation and then we talk about it, and then she always shares such wisdom in our sessions. So I like to take notes in Notion, but obviously when, we're talking, I'm just like typing very fast and just trying to stay present in our conversation. So there's like lots of typos, not everything really makes sense. So I want to show you how I use Notion AI to take my bulleted gibberish and turn it into like takeaways so that I can go back and refer back to it and be able to put these key takeaways into action. I'm sharing my screen because this particular session, I didn't really write down any personal things. We more focused on meditation and practicing observing my thoughts. So I'm going to show you, this is like notes that I took on the dropping anchor meditation. And this is like a little blurb that I use for Notion AI. Summarize the notes I took in my therapy session with my therapist from 7/12. Recap my notes, create clear subheadings and bulleted notes, as well as any takeaways or exercises we discussed. Create a title based on what we discussed. So this is what's happening. Oh my goodness. And I just kind of looked through it to make sure it makes sense. And at first glance, seems pretty good. But I would like it to be, make sure to add bullet points and don't lose any of the information. So I'll have it do it again. This is better. Okay, this is much better because I like bulleted points. I don't like reading paragraphs of things. So today we talked about shifting away from thoughts because we are not our thoughts. Our brain is very complex and comes up with so many different complex ideas and thoughts and feelings, and we just have to remember that we are not our thoughts. So we talked about the dropping anchor meditation, which it's something I can use to ground me. It's a grounding practice so that I can remember that I am not my thoughts. Thoughts are just a part of us, but it's not who we are. and we need to find ways to drop back into ourselves and like activate our senses. So if you find yourself feeling anxious or stressed out or something is bothering you, then we did the dropping anchor meditation where you like ground down with your feet, you look around, see what's around you, you breathe in, what do you smell, what do you taste, and just kind of tapping into your senses and bringing back presence, and then opening up your thoughts and feelings to then decide who is the person that I want to be, what are the things that matter most to me. And yeah, so there's just different techniques, meditation techniques that I'm exploring with my therapist. Presently, I will open up the Insight Timer app and I'll just kind of pick a meditation based off of like what I'm feeling that day. So it might be meditation for a good morning or a meditation for success or whatever I'm feeling. And she is encouraging me to not pick meditations that have some sort of like end goal, and to instead focus on meditations that are focused on being an observer of our thoughts and feelings, being an observer of being able to work on breath work to calm my nervous system and just lower the amount of like outcome driven meditations that I do. So that is that. So yeah, I basically just pop it in here, and I am going to erase all of this stuff down here, but I want to make sure, because she had a really good statistic saying that 80% of the signals that go into our brain come from our body. And I just thought that was really interesting. Did Notion AI capture that? I don't think so. So basically it's not perfect. I don't just like follow it blindly, but I'll go through and make sure that it added all the things that I want to make sure that it gets. That's another way to use Notion AI or ChatGPT, whatever you use, but it's been very helpful for me. I think it's time to unbox my Easy Bake Oven. Meet your new Wonder Oven. Pretty foolproof. Just set the dial. We set it on air fry, toast, bake, broil, reheat, roast, and then just set the timer. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. This is how deep it is. She's cute, but she sticks out. So let's see. It needs to be in a corner. We'll put the baby oven next to the mama oven. That was the solution all along. Andrew was like, for your vlog, we should put the little oven inside the big oven and say that the big oven had a baby. Okay, so we're gonna put it here in this corner where our blender normally is. I don't know. I don't know where to put it.